Hey, Renter Retires, it's Adam Schroeder, and today we're going to talk about, do you need to see your investment property? All right, before we get started with today's video, I want to remind everybody, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, click the notifications bell, don't miss out on any of the videos we're putting out as we try to make you the smartest investor you can possibly be and set you up for success as you go about your real estate investing journey. And at the end of the video, if you like it, please show us you like it by clicking the like button and leave a comment below if you have any questions or comments, or if there's any other videos you want us to create. If there's any topics you want us to cover, we'd love to hear it. We'll make another video about it as soon as possible. So let's get into today's video. And we've touched on it a little bit before, but I want to really dive into the question that we get on a pretty frequent basis, and that is, do I need to go see my investment properties? Do I need to go to the market? And the answer is not necessarily. I mean, obviously, with what people are doing nationwide, you don't have to go see your property. So let's talk about what makes that a feasible thing to do, because you hear people talking about how something went wrong, this, that, and the other happened, and they got burned with real estate, right? There's a few things that if you look historically, show you when things go bad and when you need to see your property and when you don't. So let's look at when people actually get burned when it comes to investing in real estate. There are really two times that people tend to get burned. That is when they pay all cash and when they don't have an inspection. Because when you pay all cash, you're not required to get an appraisal because you don't have anybody backing it and giving you a loan on it. But you also then, if you don't have an inspection, you never get eyes on it if you're buying it where you haven't seen it either. So that is where people have gotten burned in real estate, is they don't get an inspection and they pay all cash, so they don't need an appraisal either, and they just trust the word of people going there. And I tell people on a not infrequent basis, when they ask about this, I say, if I ever tell you to buy a house, all cash, sight unseen, no inspection, hang up the phone on me. Just hang it up. Because at that point, I'm not thinking about you at that point. I'm thinking about me or the seller or somebody else, but it's not about you. And what we want to do is set you up for success. So let's talk about why it is safe to buy sight unseen. And that is a pretty simple thing. So there's a lot of technology nowadays that allows us to feel comfortable buying in other parts of the country without actually being there. So let's take one of the easiest possible things you can do, and that is when you get on renterretirement.com and go to the active inventory page, you just pull up an address you're interested in, drop it into Google Maps, and you can do a drive-by video, not video necessarily, but a drive-by kind of slideshow of the neighborhood. You can go and see, are the yards maintained? Are the homes, are there cars in front of the houses so that people actually live there? Are there a bunch of cars in yards that make it seem like, maybe not a neighborhood you want to be in? Probably not, but you can always look. You can see what's around this area. Is this an area that I think will be conducive to people staying in for a long time and having a good, solid rental base? So you can do that Google Street View. Now remember, it's going to be an older one, probably 6 months or so. They don't drive it every day. So you can see on a little timestamp when it was last taken. So you're not going to see the property that you're buying, not the rehabbed one. So a lot of times, there's going to have a new paint job outside, and the yard might be cleaned up a little more than it currently is. But you can get the gist of the neighborhood through that venture. That's not all though, because clearly that's not going to put your mind at ease in and of itself. So the next thing you're doing, you're getting another pair of eyes on it. So you've got Google's eyes on it, which allows you to get eyes on it. And then you're going to have an inspection. And then you have an inspector's eyes. And this is an independent third party. And they're going to go out there and they're going to take pictures of the whole place. And as I mentioned before, I always have people do, a video walkthrough of the property. And so they, I'm getting my literal eyes on the video as they walk through and show me bedroom, bathroom, living room, kitchen, and I'm seeing all of it. Then you've got the bank taking out 80% of the value with you. So they're going to do an appraisal, and that appraiser is going to go out there, and the appraiser is going to tell you this home is worth this much money, in their opinion. But, if the appraiser comes back and says, yeah, this home's only worth $60,000, you can say to yourself, okay, something's seriously wrong with this property, or the appraiser's crazy, but most likely in that situation, the appraiser is not that wild. And so, you're looking at, okay, maybe this property isn't right. I've gotten another set of eyes of somebody who's in the real estate world, and they're saying this property is or is not good. Now, you have another set of eyes comes in whenever you talk with your property management company. Your property management company is going to be able to tell you if it is a decent neighborhood. Sometimes property managers will flat out tell you, when you say, what areas do you serve? If you're interviewing them, they will say, we do this, 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 and this, and we don't go into this neighborhood because we're not comfortable with homes in that area. We don't want to be placing tenants in there. It's not an area we serve. And if you're talking to a management company and they don't serve an area, be careful of that area. Find out why. Most of the time, it's not because it's too nice. So talk to the management company, get their take on it. They're also going to go out there and take pictures to market the property. It is extremely nice whenever I've talked to my managers in the past and they've gone out to take pictures to rent out the property and they come back and say, wow, this home looks like a brand new home. You know, that's really good to hear. You know, they come back and they say, this is a nice looking house. It looks brand new. You know, I just showed it to a tenant and they said, you know, they can't wait to move in because it seems like a nice new home. And I've actually been told that by my property managers on turnkeys that I've bought before. So you're getting multiple eyes there. So do you need to see it? I don't think so. I've mentioned before, the only time I've ever seen any one of my properties was I was driving through Little Rock on my way to St. Louis and I stopped by as a tax write-off. That's it. But there are so many eyes that get laid on this property that you don't physically have to go out there and see it. You can if you want. All right? Don't think that I'm saying don't go out there if you don't want to, because you definitely can. And you know, the teams that we have are happy to meet you, show you around. You know, you can go meet your property manager, you can go drive by your properties. You're obviously not going to knock on the door and go in if someone's actually living there, but you can see where they are. You can see what properties they have coming up. You can talk with them about what areas you might want to get into. And so it is something you can do, but it isn't something that you have to do. It's not something that would be high up on my list of things to do when I'm looking to invest, because you are getting so many people actively looking at your property that you're in a good position. So I hope this has been helpful. Feel free to visit, but don't feel like you have to. It's perfectly fine to move forward without doing it. Really appreciate you watching. Check us out at rent2retirement.com. That's rent2retirement.com. As I mentioned before, we're putting out this content hoping that we can make you the best investor you can be, and I appreciate you spending the time to watch it. And if you've enjoyed it, please click the like button and let us know. Check us out. You can see our inventory. We can connect you with the people that you need on your real estate journey. We can also help you form a strategy of how you're going to achieve your financial independence in real estate. That's rent2retirement.com. You can also check out our properties at rent2retirement.com/hotlist. It's not as up to date as the active inventory sheet on our website, but it does come straight to your phone, so you can get the PDFs there. Please leave a comment below if you have anything to say, and we'll see you on the next video.
Thanks for watching the Rent to Retirement YouTube channel. Check out some of our other videos, like this one, or this one here.